Let's discuss DQL queries in SQL. SQL is structured query language. In structured query language, we see so many subparts like DDL, data definition language, DML, data manipulation language. Another one is data query language. So DQL refers to data query language, and it is used to select certain data from the database. Okay, there's nothing but fetching the data, getting the data, retrieving the data from the database will be done by the DQL queries. And of course, there is only one query or one command under this DQL, that is nothing but select. Let us look into the select query syntax. In DQL, we have select query, and the syntax of the select query is like this. Select is the keyword here. Select is a keyword here. Okay. And after the keyword, we have to use either star or the column names, list of columns. So simply here it is given like this, column list, that's nothing but list of columns separated with comma, or star. Star refers to all the columns. Otherwise, you can specify the name of the column. Okay. Or suppose we are trying to select fruit name. What is fruit name? ID, fruit name, and fruit color are the attributes or column names. Out of three, we are trying to get only one column. Okay, so select the column name. From is again one keyword, and we have to specify the name of the table. And not only one table, you can give multiple tables separated with comma. Okay, so in our example, from is a keyword and fruits is name of the table. For suppose this is the name of the table. This is the name of the table. Okay, and general select query will be like this. Select star or column names from name of the table. Okay, and the remaining things are all optional. All these are optional. That is why we are not using all these in this example. Okay, in this example. Now, let us look into these optional things. Where is a keyword? Group by is a keyword. Having is a keyword. Order by is a keyword. And we call all these things as clauses. Clauses. Where clause, group by clause, having clause, order by clause. All these are options. Now, when you look at, suppose this example, all the fruits means for all the columns are selected. Sometimes I don't want all the rows are selected. All the rows are selected. Sometimes I don't want all the rows. I want particular rows. For suppose roll numbers. For suppose if I'm selecting roll numbers from 1 to 10 only I want. At the time, you can specify that in the form of a condition in where clause. A condition. So here we write a search condition. So we search for certain things. Okay, a condition we will write, and in the condition you use an operator. All those things we will see. Okay, and we can group some similar kind of output as a single output. Suppose I'm selecting 10 students, and 10 students are coming from 2 different departments. When I display department of those 10 students, only department of 10 students. For suppose departments will be coming like this: IT, CSC, IT, CSC. Because we are displaying only departments, and they belongs to only 2 departments. So repetition. At the time, you can group similar values, and we can display a unique value for a group of values. Okay, like this, IT and CSC. That is what group by. And in group by, if you want to specify again a such condition, then you can use having class. Group by having this particular. Okay. And of course, you can sort the output in one order, alphabetical order, or ascending order, or descending order. Okay, so that is what select query under DQL. Okay, now in where class we can write a condition, and for those conditions we can make use of arithmetic operators like plus, minus, asterisk, slash, and modulus. Comparison operators like equals, not equals, greater than, equals, less than, less than, greater than, equals, less than, equals, all those things. Logical operators, all, and any, between, in, not, or, exist, like all these can be used, okay, in where class. Okay, this one arithmetic operator, comparison operator, and logical operator. So suppose if you look at the first class, where class. Okay, not only selecting the first name, we can select last name, we can select department, and means what multiple attributes can be specified after select, and from the name of the table is this, and if you do so, all first names, last names, department ID will be displayed, but I don't want all. This is all, for suppose. This is all. But out of those, I want only ID is equals to 80. So 80 here, 80 here, 80 here. Okay. So only 80s will be selected. Okay. From that, this is the final output for that particular query. Okay. So that is about where class. Okay. And not only where class, we have group by class, we have having class, and order by class. When you look at group by, okay, arrange identical data, arrange identical data into groups. That's what we have seen. ITCS. All the ITs, for all the ITs, one IT will be displayed. For all the CSCs, one CSC will be displayed. Like that, we arrange identical data into a group. So one IT for all the ITs, one CSC for all the CSCs in the output. Okay. Now, of course, group by should be used with our select statement, and of course, after the where class, we will be writing the group by class. Okay, and it will be before order by. Okay, it precedes and follows. Okay, where after where class, group by, after group by, order by. Okay, and of course, most of the times we use a group by function with aggregate functions. With aggregate functions, what are these aggregate functions? First, let us look into that, and then let us look into the group by example. Okay. Now in SQL, there are so many aggregate functions. Those are count. Count is nothing but how many rows are there. That count uh, you can count by using this count function, and the sum of values in a column, average of values in a maximum value in a column, minimum value in a, that is what aggregate functions. And the output will be only one value. So count of multiple rows will give only one value. For suppose 10. If there are 10 rows, count of that particular column will give 10. Like only one value as well. Similarly, sum of the values in a column, average of values in a column, everything will give a single value. So it is used to perform the calculations upon multiple rows of a single column of a table. Okay. So all the rows or multiple rows will be used in aggregate function, and for a single column it will be used, and the output will be single value, and generally it is used for summarizing purpose. It is used for summarizing purpose. Okay, let us look into those aggregate functions. The first one is count function, and it will count number of rows, and we can write count of star, otherwise we can write count of all or distinct. Either of them should be used, but not the both. All means everything, distinct means only the different ones will be counted. For suppose when you look at one example, this is a product masked table. Okay, and we are selecting count of star. Count of star means it refers everything. Okay, so from product master, so how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, up to 10 rows are there, so the output will be 10. Okay, and count of star, okay, all the rows, okay, where rate greater than or equals to 20. So greater than 20 equals 20, greater than 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 20. So only one less. So sorry, greater than or equals to 20. Okay. I think this output is not correct. It is not 7. It should be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out of 10, greater than or equals to 20 is satisfied by all except okay, I am looking into cost, but we have to look into rate. Okay, fine. Now when you look at the rate, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the output is 7. And another one is, for suppose, distinct company. Means what? Different company. Company should be different. So how many are there? Company 1, company 2, and company 3. So there are 3 different companies. That is what distinct. Okay. So count can be used to count the number of rows. Okay, number of rows provided with one column. Okay, not only one column. Here the column name is company. Not only one column, we can consider all the columns. Okay, star represents all the columns. Okay, otherwise you can specify only one particular column value. Also, we can count how many are there. Okay, so in those values, if there are distinct values, if you want to find out the distinct values, you can provide. We can use the keyword distinct. Okay, and some function. Again, some function should be used with a column name. So sum of cost and where quantity is of, okay, let us look into this example. Sum of cost. Sum of cost means sum of all this. Okay, otherwise sum of cost from product mass where quantity is greater than 3. Okay, so whichever is quantity is greater than 3, that only it will consider. Okay, quantity greater than 3. So this one, and this one. There are 3, and out of 3, a group by company. So you have to group them with company. So company 3, there are 2. Company 1, there is 1. So what it will do? Company 3 will be grouped by, and these two will be added. 5 plus 4. Which were not 5 plus 4. We have to sum the cost. So 50 and 120 is quantity greater than 3. This is quantity greater than 3. This is quantity greater than 3, and this is also quantity greater than 3. And we have to group by company. So in fact, it is company 3 and company 1. Okay, for company 1, it is 150, it is fine. And for company 3, actually it is a mistake. Company 3 should be 170. 50 plus 120 is 170, like that. So what has happened here? We are just selecting some of the cost from product master where quantity greater than 3, group by company. So many things are there. The first point is from this particular table, product master, we want to get the sum of cost, but we don't want sum of all the row cost. We are selecting again where only quantity is greater than 3. That too, we are grouping them. Means what? It will not simply add 50, 120, and 150. It will group the rows, otherwise output by company. So based on that, we will get company 1 and company 3. And after that, okay, in the group, okay, the cost will be summed up, added, and the output will come. Like that it will be. Okay, so we are fetching the data over here. And while fetching the data, we can specify so many things. That's nothing but we specified the search condition, we specified that we are supposed to group, and we specified from which table we want, and actually what we want. Everything is specified over here. Since we are grouping by company, that company is displayed here. Okay, then next one. So average, max, and min. These are also normal things. Average of one row. So average cost is 67. Here we didn't specify any where class. So for all these values, it will take average and it will give the output like this. Max in these values, which one? Max of rate. In rate, max value is it looks like it is 30. Yes, it is 30. Maximum of the value in the rate column. And minimum of rate. Minimum of rate is 10. Okay. So the 10 output. So it will take one column, in that column the minimum value. It will take one column, that column max, that column cost. Okay. So these are all the aggregate functions. Generally we use these aggregate functions in select query DQL. Okay. In select query we have seen where class. In select query we have seen group by class. In select query we have having class as well as order by class. Okay. Now having class. So this can be specified for a group or for an aggregate. Okay, along with group or along with aggregate, we can use having class. It is just like a such condition. Of course, there is a such condition by means of where, but instead of that, we have having class also. This is for a such condition on for a group or for an aggregate. Okay, so that's what it is used. Having is used in a group by class. Okay, so we go for group by, along with that having. So if you are not using group, then you can use having function like a where class. Okay. Generally we won't use like that. We use having along with group. When you are not using group by, it will be like a so no need of having, you just use that one by using where class. Okay, so let us go through that example. So select a company and count of each company from this table, and we are grouping by company. Okay, we are selecting company, and of course we are grouping by company. That too, company count should be greater than 2. Company count should be, here we are getting one count. So in that count, if a company count has greater than 2, then only it will, that only you select. So group by, I mean having is used along with group by. Okay, in group by we got we grouped based on company and along with that company count, and in that there will be so many values. Out of so many values, we are selecting only particular value based on this condition. So having is applied on the output which is obtained by group by. You can tell like that. Okay, so company 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Company 1, 5. Okay, so company 2, 1, 2, 3. Company 2 is 3. Company 3, 1. This is 1, and this is 2. Only 2. Okay, that's why company 3 is not displayed, whereas company 1 and company 2 are displayed. When you are not using having, then up to group by if you write, then company 3 also will be displayed. But we wrote having, and in that we specified count greater than 2. That is why company 3 is not displayed in the output. Not only count, you can make use of sum also. So we are selecting company and sum of the cost of each company. Okay, and we are grouping by company. We are grouping by company. So again, for com1, 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 5 times com1 are there. All those will be grouped as one single com1. Okay, and sum of the values for com1. So cost. So 20 plus 60, 80. Okay, 80 plus 75, 155. 305. Okay, and then 335. Okay, so 335 is up. So only com1 cost only we are summing up. Afterwards, com2 cost is this much. So the thing, and again another point here is com3 is not coming because having class is used along with group by class, and we are selecting only the sum which is greater than or equals to 170. So likewise we can use having along with the group by. Of course in this we are using the aggregate functions also. We are using the aggregate functions also. Then the last one is order by in DQL-Select query. Here we order that one. Of course, by default, it will be ascending order. If you want, you can bring them in descending order by using the keyword ESC. Okay, so the syntax will be like this: select column names from table where condition. After the where clause, we can write order by. Okay, so order by, we have to specify the columns on which we are supposed to order. Okay, we are not ordering all the columns in the, I mean, we are not ordering based on all the columns in the table. Generally, we will be ordering the table content, otherwise the output based upon one column or two columns or three, four columns. Okay, so suppose based upon roll number we can order, otherwise based upon name we can order, otherwise based upon roll number and name we can order. Okay, so when names are same, for suppose, then based upon the roll number we can order like that. So far it will order by using one column, and if there are multiple values with same value in that column, then the other column will be used, and you can specify ascending as well as descending. Okay, let us look at this table, customer table. Select star from customer means what, all the columns are selected and we are ordering by name. Earlier it is ordered by customer ID. In the customer ID order it was. Now if you are ordering by name, so first who should come? Elena should come. So first is Elena, and after A, D. So second is David. Similarly the remaining things. So we can use order by class in DQL-Select query. So we have a select query like this: select name of some columns from name of the table where a condition, so that the rows will, so that certain rows will be selected based upon the condition. Then of course where clause is optional. After that you can write group by. There's nothing but in the output there, when there are multiple multiple rows with same values, all those rows can be grouped together. That is what group by. And in that group by also you can specify a condition by using having, and finally you can order the output by using order by clause. So these are all the different clauses used in the DQL-Select query, and along with all these clauses we can make use of aggregate functions like count, sum, min, max, and averages. Okay, that's it about DQL. Thank you very much.